can't do it wrong. Because there's no wrong. You know. There just is. Whatever is perfect in that moment. Isn't that true? Like we worry sometimes about, oh, I got to do it right and I got to do it perfect, and and I did that for many years, and I realized that it was only getting in my own way, that I wasn't actually allowing that divine spirit to come through because I was having to do it a certain way. That wasn't even what I was going to talk about, but yeah, isn't, how important that is as a practice, isn't it? To really, in each moment, just surrender ourselves. Surrender the way we think things ought to be and how it ought to look. Isn't that a big one? How we go, oh, we want the perfect partner in our life, and that person's standing there, we can't see him because the person doesn't look the picture, or the perfect house, or the perfect whatever is in our mind. But there's such a bigger picture, such a greater sense of what is divine for us if we just let ourselves open to that. I was going to see my parents, which I do, every 5 months. And I've been so blessed in my life in so many ways, but this probably is one of the biggest ways, is that I get to fly, stand by, and I get to fly first class at their seats. So that's pretty amazing. And because of one beautiful friend of mine who has been working for the airlines for a long time, and she's made me her, what's called like a enrolled friend. So I'm able to do this, and which means I go to the airport and I'm able to, get on in the front of the plane, which to me is the greatest gift ever. It's incredible, and I'm grateful the whole way. It's like the whole trip. I'm like, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. But when I was coming back, and I had decided what day I was going to fly, and I look at the flights, and it can change. Like, it can really change. It can look like there's lots of seats, and then you can get to the airport, and it can be totally different, which is what happens in standby, and you just have to really trust. Right? So in the morning, it looked really good, and by the time I got to the airport, there weren't any seats left in the front of the plane, and I said, okay. So, okay, economy, okay. People go, well, I always fly economy, but I'm really, I don't want to say spoiled, but I'm, spoiled. And I just went into this place inside of me of surrender, and I went into this place of, okay, Spirit, so what I really want and what I'm creating right now is to be really comfortable on the flight. Right? To be really comfortable. I let go of how it needed to look. I just wanted to be comfortable. Even if I got a whole row, I could lie down. I just wanted to be comfortable. So I'm looking up at the board where my name was and where, it had the things. And all of a sudden there were 5 seats open in business that weren't there before. And I was number 3 on the list. So when they called my name, they handed me a boarding pass that said business class, and I was like, oh, thank you. So the whole way home, I was just in gratitude. And the thing is that we can all tap in, We can all tap into this magnificent yes, and this magnificent universe that wants to give us, like in Dan's song, there's a song that's about the universe wants to just give and give if we let it. Right? If we let it. Isn't that true? The universe wants to give us so much. We just have to be willing to say yes. Isn't that true?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Haven't you noticed that when you're really open and you're willing to say yes, that amazing things happen? You're willing to say yes to prosperity and money shows up. Dan's been practicing that, and just amazing things start to happen. Isn't that true? Yeah, so that was a big part of my talk, was about, just saying yes. And it's interesting, it really starts to change the way that we've kind of learned and grown up with, that, there's no upgrades, and you won't get an upgrade, and you won't get this, and this won't happen, and the way that we're told sometimes, and that if we buy into it, that keeps being the reality. But really, there can be a whole different reality. We just have to be willing to say yes to something different. You know? And I was thinking back, years and years ago, I used to teach in a girls' school in Sydney, years 12, and I would go in and I would teach them about the way they thought, changing their thinking, and we called it stress management. Right? I called it stress management. But what I did was, talk about these principles and work with them on this. And I remember one girl particularly who said, I don't want to, and I talked to them about, picture yourself taking the exam, your HSC, and doing really great and really happy about it, and go through that whole thing in your mind and everything. And she said to me, I've been taught not to do that. I've been taught because I don't want to be disappointed. I've been taught to think the worst, to have the worst picture in my mind, so that if something good happens, I'll be happy. But if something else happens, I won't be disappointed. So I was thinking about that as I was thinking about today in this talk, was how many of us do that? Like how we're taught that in society. How many of you have had that learning, that message in the past? Yeah. But how it's still prevalent. People still believe that if they, not any of us in this room, but of course, but or anyone watching, of course, but but it's so prevalent that if we tap into that channel, then we're focusing on that. Then yes, good can still happen, but we're setting up, we're setting up to fall, aren't we? Rather than shifting the energy to something that's more positive, saying yes to the possibilities, right? Saying yes to the possibilities of something incredible happening. And maybe one day this girl will get it. I mean, I said it to her, and I thought to myself, okay, well, the universe will do, this will be her journey, whatever it is. But if we think about how many of us, and how many, in school too, how many are taught that, and how wonderful it's for all of us that we know something different. That we know there's another way to focus. We know that there's another option, there's another choice, right? How incredible is that? Yes, isn't it? Like, it's incredible. And we're here to share that, right? To be that example. All of us are. Just think if you can be that example. Because I share these stories about the airlines, not to brag about doing that at all, but just that we can all tap in. It's not for one person, it's not for an elite group, it's for all of us. It's taken me a long time to get that one for myself. But it's so incredible to know that we can all tap in. The universe is limitless with what it offers and what we can create. There's no limit. Ever. Say that with me. There is no limit. The universe has no limit.
The universe has no limit.
None. I take the limit off myself. How's that? I take the limit off myself. Want to say that? I take the limit off myself. Because really, that's the only person that's stopping us is ourselves. Is the limit that we put there that says, I can have this much money, I can have this much of this good, I can have this. And then we set that's the top, right? So if we can give ourselves permission to take that limit off, then so much more is available, isn't it? Just to even do that as an affirmation every day, I take the limit off. I take off any limit off myself and allow the universe to allow so much more to come in. So that's a good one to say yes to, isn't it? Yes. Yes. The vibration of yes is so amazing, isn't it? Like, if you say yes inside your body, it vibrates a really high vibration that is healing. It's wonderful. I wish we had a little thing that measured, that vibration. It will hit the charts, But it's a powerful vibration. Just want to see what else I have. So say yes to life, yes to health, yes to loving relationships, yes to feeling good, yes to happiness, And what else do you want to say yes to?
Joy.
To joy. Yes to joy. What else?
Yes to knowing everything is perfect.
Yes to knowing everything is perfect.
Say love already?
You can say it again.
Yes to love.
Yes to
Yes
love.
to love.
Yes to good health.
Yes to good health.
Yes to total freedom of choice.
Yes to total freedom of choice.
Yes to receiving.
Yes to receiving. Let's
Yes-
all say that.
yes to
Yes to
receiving.
receiving. Yes to receiving. That's a really important one. Mary?
I was just going to say yes to receiving openly.
Yeah, like this.
With no guilt, no fear, just embracing it and being grateful.
Yes. Yes to gratitude.
Yes to gratitude.
Yes to gratitude. Yes to a grateful heart. Yes to a grateful heart. Yes to children.
Yes to gratitude.
Yes to children. Yes to amazing teachers in our lives.
Yes. Yes to miracles.
Yes to miracles.
Absolutely.
Yes to miracles. I like that one. Yes to miracles. Yeah. And what I wrote on here that I thought was really important was, what message do we give out to the universe? You know, what's the message you're giving out? You know, are you giving out a yes message, or are you giving out a no, not so sure, prove it to me, you know, I'll believe it when I see it? You know, what message are you giving out? You know, that's an important one every day to look at. If things don't feel easy, you know, if things feel like you're going up against something, you know, to ask, you know, what message am I giving out to the universe? What, in my thoughts, in my actions, in everything. We don't even have to say it out loud. All we have to do is think it and it happens. It's out there, you know. It's alive. It's an energy in itself, isn't it? Everything is. So that's a good one to ask. You know, what message am I giving, you know, out to the universe? And is it the message I want to be giving?
Yes to unlearning.
Yes to unlearning.
Yes.
Yes to, thank you, Mary. Yes to unlearning. Yes to unlearning and to letting go of the old beliefs that no longer serve us. Yeah? Yes to those beliefs. Yes to releasing those beliefs that no longer are aligned with us. A lot of us still carry those beliefs around that are so old that you know, aren't a part of our lives anymore. You know, maybe our parents' beliefs, or teachers, or whoever, right? So that's a really good one. Like yes to undoing, undoing. Yeah. The Dalai Lama says, I love this, happiness is not something ready-made. It comes from our own actions. As with everything, right? So everything is an inside job. Everything. Feeling good is an inside job. You know what I mean by that? It's we create it by what we think, by what we do, by who we're around, by everything, by the environment, by everything. I'm sorry it's cold in here. You've got to almost have to move around a little bit in your chair. The heater's on, but we haven't quite figured out how to get it working properly, so sorry about that.
There's a fireplace up in the corner.
You have to bring a blanket with you next month for July. So I'm just going to get you for a moment to close your eyes. And breathe nice and deep, and place your hands again up at your heart center. And just breathe in really deeply. Right into your heart. And connecting your head and your heart, your mind and your heart. In fact, you can even place, if you want to, one hand on your forehead and one hand on your heart. And just connecting that higher mind with your heart, with that center of love and of compassion and of peace. In Chinese medicine, we call it Shen, spirit. And just breathing deep and saying yes. Saying yes to a new way of doing your life from this moment on. Saying yes to undoing the old thought patterns, to undoing the old beliefs. Saying yes to all the things you want to say yes to. Just in your mind, inside of you, saying yes to everything. Just breathe it in. Saying yes. Saying yes to peace and health and love, contentment, patience, good health, vitality, bliss, joy. Breathe it in. Breathe it into every part of you. Breathe it into every cell. Breathe it into all the chakras. Just imagine that your crown center opens up and that you have this beautiful light just pouring in to your crown, pouring into all the chakras like you are in a fountain of light right now. You can just bring your hands back wherever you want to put them. And just imagine a fountain of light pouring in. Filling you up, expanding your energy, expanding your being, allowing more good in, allowing more light in, allowing more joy in, allowing more fun in, allowing more good in, saying yes to all of that. To allowing, to accepting, to deserving. I think that's such a big one. I deserve. I deserve, I deserve, I deserve. Feel that expanding with the light inside of you. How much you deserve in your life. How much you deserve. How much good you deserve. How much love you deserve. How much joy. How much peace. How much ease. How much grace. Just breathe that in. And when you're ready, you can just open your eyes. Ramakrishna says, the winds of grace are always blowing, but all we have to do is raise the sail. All we have to do is say yes. Yes? Yes?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
So a good practice for this month, for this moment, for each moment is to wake up every day and say, I deserve, I accept, and I say yes. Want to repeat that with me? I deserve, I accept, and I say yes. I deserve, I accept, and I say yes. I deserve, I accept, and I say yes. Stand up and say it with me. Come on, stand up. Get it in your body. Feel it on the earth. What was it? I deserve, I accept, and I say yes. I deserve, I accept, and I say yes. I deserve, I accept, and I say yes.
Wow. What a
Yeah.
vibration.
Yay! Woo! Thank you, God. Well done. Woo! How do you feel?
Right.
No, it's clarity and it's final. There's something, there's no word for it. It just is.
Okay, I deserve, I accept, and I say yes. That's the affirmation, right? I deserve, I accept, and I say yes. Leah?
I deserve, I accept, I say yes.
Leilani? I deserve, I accept, and I say yes.
Yes.
Let's do it one more time. I deserve, I accept, and I say 3 last words. And so, 4. And so it